What is your definition of design, Monsieur Eames?
One could describe design as a plan for arranging elements to accomplish a particular purpose.
Is design an expression of art?
I would rather say it's an expression of purpose. It may, if it is good enough, later be judged as art.
Is design a craft for industrial purposes?
No, but design may be a solution to some industrial problems.
What are the boundaries of design?
What are the boundaries of problems?
Girls, gays, and days, how we doing? Gonna have a really nice weekend. Seeing some friends. We're doing full fall this weekend. Weather's gorgeous, minus the rain that's gonna happen later in the afternoon today. Saturday, and Carrie from Carrie Cakes and I are gonna do a little hike in my hood. Apparently, there's a library in the woods, so we're gonna go do that. Go to the library, and then there's this art book fair happening also, and we're gonna do that too. That's going to be really overwhelming because I think purchases will be made and I really shouldn't spend money because I don't have any. And then on Sunday, take a little road trip to Wonju, which I've been to before a couple times for like work trips, but it's one of those like really boring cities where there's nothing to do, where the only thing to do is probably just drink and eat, and that's it. Nothing wrong with that, but you know, I like a little bit of culture, not gonna lie. There is one museum though we are going to. It's called Museum San. It's designed by Tadao Ando. Love that building. I've only been once, and when was that? I think it was like 2019, 2018. I don't remember, but a while back. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit it. There's what is his name? Y'all, who does the neon light and sculptural work? My friend wanted to go see an exhibit that they're doing. And yeah, gonna go see some nature as well. A big tree. There's apparently a giant fall tree. It's an old tree. Excited to do that too. Yeah, sorry. I feel a bit like, wow, wow, wow. You know what I mean? Is that a good sound? I don't know. You tell me. Interpret that for me. Yeah, I just feel like my reading's a bit like off and I just haven't been sleeping well and I don't know why. I went to bed at like 2 in the morning one day and then woke up at 6. I was like energized and ready for the day. And then I went to bed like the day after at like 10 p.m. and then woke up at 6 and felt okay, but was like super, super exhausted during the afternoon slump. And then last night I went to bed at like 1. Like what's going on with me? I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it's the coffee? No, that's not true because it literally has been the same intake for the past entire year. So that can't be true. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But it's fall and I'm going to have fun in fall. I must because it's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love the turning of the season. Watching the leaves change colors. They're just so beautiful. I love it out there. It's wonderful. I don't know. I think it's also the year is ending and everything's sort of planned out until the end of January. So I'm just like, I don't know. Like the end of the year doesn't feel like the end of the year for me. I think what it is, and this will show up in the vlog, but this idea of like belonging and belongings. How am I belonging to certain groups of people, really considering what friendship is? And then also my stuff. Like what is on my body and what makes my body, and how do I fling it out into the real world and so-called real world and do its little dance? But what do I dance with? What are my little light sticks and little bits and bobs? You know, Do clothes have any meaning to me? These books too. Objects. Who am I through my own objects? I'm really looking at top 10 favorite things of the year. So I might do that video. Let me know if you want that. Because, you know, I do live in a hyper-capitalistic state, and I love stuff, y'all. I love stuff. I want to buy less of it, but stuff makes me. You know, I love my little tchotchkes. I love my little trinkets. I love little things. My highlighter. This, I think, will be ending up in my top 10. It has just been so faithful to me. I just love the gray that it emits on a page. It's not so stark, but I can still, like, find passages that I need in books. Wonderful. Wonderful. Reading's a bit off. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of it, actually. It may seem like it and look like it, but really I haven't. Well, I just finished a bunch of books, but I'm in the middle of Political Fictions by Joan Didion. I just feel like, ooh, I was gonna save this for another video, but you're gonna get a little appetizer, a little Costco sample of what I'm going to talk about later, but there was like that thing on TikTok. I think it was Jack Edwards. He was responding to a comment where the comment said, books are not political. And I'm so sorry. I'm not the person to be like, you are so wrong and dumb for saying that. But come on, if you don't believe that all books are political, like what reality are you living in? Like you must. All books are political because they have something to say. Eventually I'll get into this, but when I step out into the world, my body is essentially political and politicized. I think I made this comment before already where, I think it was when I read The Right to Sex. I think I made the comment that when a baby is born into the world, they are already politicized because they require eventually a phone number and an email. And with that, and data harvesting and all their details online, the body is essentially ridden and stripped of individuality because they become a count, they become a statistic, they become a vote, they become a percentage. With that, these are bodies that create stories. All this is all very general to say, but to say that like even science fiction or fantasy or what Tolkien was doing, or Terry Pratchett. Is it Pratchett or Patchett? Oh my god. Come on, laptop. Are you gonna work for me? Oh my lord. Okay. Y'all, I really do need to get a new laptop. Yeah, who else writes fantasy? That's political too, because it's satire. It's satirizing human behavior and the constructions of our governments and the world at large. I know we read to escape. Of course we read to escape. But you have to really think also, like, what exactly are you escaping? If you are escaping the real world, impossible. You can't. I mean, you're allowed to shut off your brain for a bit and, you know, follow plot. Oh, why am I holding this? This is not about plot. For plot and such. That's what fantasy is. Science fiction too, rom-com. But it's all politics. It really is. I think TLDR, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This will show up in a later vlog, but there's this wonderful, wonderful speech by Angela Davis about oppression and repression and really looking at the colored folks out there. Because we exist, everything is politicized. Our livelihoods and our bodies. If you can't see that, and if you haven't gotten it, especially now, with 2025 just around the river bend, then I really don't know what to tell you. Because really, open your eyes. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I'm opening my eyes. I picked up Political Fictions by Joan Didion. It is my last Didion. It is dry, very dry, but I am learning a lot too, because I've been really looking at, or what my TikTok feed and most of my reading has been of late, is following the trajectory of different campaigns and influence and direction and focus. And funny enough, language. It all boils down to language. Let me find this little bit for you. So the New York Post had written an article about a campaign, with George W. Bush and Al Gore. And they had written an analysis of why Americans didn't vote with graphs. They said, apathy is the single biggest reason why an estimated 100 million Americans will not vote on Tuesday. And how Didion responds to this is the look at language. Apathy. Did America feel apathy between Bush and Gore? She did her work. She did her research. Looked at the classifications of different words. Did we maybe feel alienated? Disenchanted? alienated. The angry men and women of US politics so disgusted with politicians and the political process that they've opted out, or disenchanted. These non-voters aren't so much repelled by politics as they are by the way politics is practiced. In either case, pretty much the polar opposite of apathetic. And I think more than ever now, language is so important. I think we have to be really careful with the way we choose to use them and how we use them to color our life too. Like when we say we're tired, what does that mean? You have to unpack that, because to cap all, end all that, use it as an umbrella word for other things that aren't. I think we end up in a sort of dullness in life, in a sort of a rinsing and washing out of what we mean, actually. Like when we say we're tired, do we actually mean we're stressed? When we say we're tired, do we actually mean we're depressed? So yeah, I've been really thinking about words. Ugh, I hate to talk about process like this, but the words that do appear in the vlogs are words that I think about and try to rip apart, piece together with other words. And it's the repetition of the words and also the repetition of images that I think are powerful. I think with Instagram and TikTok and our attention spans, the democracy of images can really become an echo chamber, a vacuum of a dullness. But really, when I'm carefully looking at an image and carefully looking at a word, it does start to lose its meaning. But then with that, I think the liberty in losing meaning, do I get to create meaning? And with the vlogs too. Anyway, is that absolutely disgusting? I can't stand myself sometimes. Ugh, God, maybe I'll cut all this out. I don't know. And I have to leave soon, so yeah, I don't think I'm bringing this with Carrie today, so I'm gonna set this aside. I know it's nonfiction November, y'all. I think that I picked the wrong nonfiction. But no, it's timely that I picked this up. I think it's important that I pick this up now. But it has been interesting seeing Didion sort of follow Dukakis, let's see, Bush, and Florida, too, as a interesting political state. Surprisingly, very easy to read. And yeah, I think I've said it before, but when Didion is writing history, I just eat it up because it makes a lot more sense to me than, say, a textbook. It's not dry. I think that's why it is. Maybe the material is dry, but the way Didion writes isn't dry. It's very clear and clean cut for me, for my dumb brain to understand. So, I think this weekend, I'm going to pick up Banana Yoshimoto's Hardboiled and Hard Luck. I just think it's adorable, okay? That's the main reason why I'm picking it up today, and I think I just need fiction. Fiction is what I need. Okay, that's what it is. Because I've been just reading short stories, and then I just read a fictional diary. So I think I just need story to just like seep into and get lost in and not really care too much about anything. I think I just want to vibe. I think I've said it before. I want to vibe right now. It's fall, y'all. Let me vibe, okay? Oh God, I've been talking for 20 minutes. Too much. All right, let's go. Let's have a day. Hopefully talk to y'all soon. Later.
Is design a discipline that concerns itself with only one part of the environment?
No.
Is it a method of general expression?
No, it is a method of action.
Is design a creation of an individual?
No, because to be realistic, one must always recognize the influence of those that have gone before.
Oh, I think it is a beehive.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive it. Hard to conceive it. That you turn away romance. Turn away romance. Are you pretending? Are you pretending? Looks like the end. Unless I can have one more chance. My life
to go home, and eventually his mom finds him and brings him up to bed to make him all safe at the end. But like,
Right here.
Y'all, the kid just cuffed on Carrie.
Time to leave.
Time to go. That's our call. Bye. Top of the morning to y'all. How's it going? Did you like all that? Did you like all that footage? It was good. Good stuff. Carrie and I had a wonderful day. I realized there was this library in the mountains a lot closer to me than I thought, and I think I might frequent it more often because it's such a gorgeous space and it's so nice and quiet, especially in the mornings. Because I feel like we should be visiting our libraries more, and I think my mission for 2025, like when I have a moment to like really analyze and think about what I need to be doing, I'm gonna get a library card, finally, in Seoul. So I'm gonna try and do that for next year. One of my main goals for 2025. With that, then, I would be happy to like visit more libraries in the future because, I'm gonna say it again, now more than ever, we should all be visiting our libraries, using it as a resource, and making intellectualism sexy again. Y'all, stay literate. Full stop. We had some sundubu, which was really good. Enjoyed that. Oh yes, we made our way to the art book fair in Noan, which was amazing. So overwhelmed. It was like TikTok live. Just like scrolling past so much art. But it was like the good kind of overwhelming because it's just like so cool to see that there's so many kinds of people doing so many cool things. Innovating so many different things. But yeah, I saw so many cool artists and also just like friends of artists, seeing their friends at the booth, just being excited about it and being excited about art. And there were also other booths that were putting out like really cool work. There was like one collective that was doing, I think it's bi-yearly, but they choose 2 films of the year and they just like dedicate a magazine of sorts to that film and essays around it. They had one for Barbie and Oppenheimer, of course, the inherent violence in American cinema and its imperialism. So I thought that was really fascinating. Yeah, there was like highly politicized books out there, but also just like fun stuff, and it was just such a wide array of so much cool stuff. So go out, support your book fairs and artists. Yeah, which I also like. It was like both local and international book spaces. And it was just like nice. It's one of those gatherings that I'm just like, God, I am so glad that I'm alive and human and there are other humans just as alive as I am doing the things that we should be doing. Anyway, look at all this paper paraphernalia. Like, I'm gonna have a great time scrapbooking all of this. So, Anyway, great stuff. And then, yeah, I was so overwhelmed. I wanted to take a nap. But I wasn't too far and decided to stop by Wingstop. Because, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I won, like, an Instagram giveaway of, like, $30 to Wingstop. So I was just like, let's go. That's free din-din. And I got it, and it was okay. I'm upset. It's less saucy, less seasoning compared to America. And I don't know why, but, like, I usually get boneless. I know, y'all. That's nasty of me. I just don't like eating things off the bone. It just makes me feel... Yeah, I can't do anything off the bone. And I can't stand seeing, like, raw meat. Just, like, meat on the bone. Anything carnal like that, I'm just like, no, I can't. Things must be battered and fried for me, for the most part. But no, I enjoyed... Anyway, you don't need to know any of that, do you? I was upset that I got the boneless because it just didn't hold up very well. I feel like boneless is just better in America. And boned meat is better here. Things off the bone. So next time, if I ever do go to Wingstop, I will get just, like, wings and stuff. So I couldn't, like, split up the giveaway money. Like, I had to use all $30 in that meal. So, and also nobody wanted to go with me. Okay, I've asked, like, 3 or 4 people. They're like, no. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Wingstop. Yeah, so I ordered tenders to go. And the tenders were actually better because I got them in the mango habanero, which was really good. Oh, and yes, if anyone needed to know, I got the Louisiana rub and the lemon pepper for the boneless. Yeah. And yeah, and then watched a bit of... no, I actually finished it. Loverboy by Joan Micklin Silver. I've been really enjoying her movies. She does, like, 80 rom-com films with a stronger female voice. I want to say she exists in the same canon as, like, Nancy Meyers or Nora Ephron within the same space because technicality-wise, Silver is incredible. And I think she does that thing where she just sort of lets plot run a bit loose, and that's fine because you really do love all the characters. They feel real, whimsical, and it's always so hopeful and full of love. And Loverboy is about a pizza delivery gigolo. Literally underaged, fresh out of, like, high school kid that satisfies older women, married women that just want a little bit of oomph in their life in order to pay his way to college. Anyway, it's fun. It's flirty, and you have a young... Ooh, what's his name? A young Patrick Dempsey, and what a heartthrob. Heartthrob. And yeah, I went to bed because I was super exhausted. I think I went to bed at like 10:30, something like that. Today I'm doing a day trip to Wonju, and I have to, get ready now, because it takes about 30 minutes to get there, so yes. No bookish thoughts, but I did start Hardboiled and Hard Luck by Banana Yoshimoto. Really quiet, really serene, and shy. The book is really shy, but it's just, I've only read like 14 pages. Not much has happened, and I like that. Just content-wise, because everything is performative, y'all. I'm bringing along Stay True because I went to this cafe, and I think I've already taken pictures for this, and I'd like to take pictures for this. So yeah, for my gram. I know, y'all. I know. I'm an imposter. Let me finish this, and then head out, because I'm late. Should be a good time. Follow along.
Is there a design ethic?
There are always design constraints, and these often imply an ethic.
Is it able to cooperate in the creation of works reserved solely for pleasure?
Who would say that pleasure is not useful?
Ought form to derive from the analysis of function?
The great risk here is that the analysis may be incomplete.
Are we gonna die? Knock on wood. View's pretty though. Bye bye, rest stop. You served us well.
I'm scared to drive again now. You crashed your ball.
Get the shot, get the shot! The countryside. Hey gang, we did not have time to get coffee at this cafe. Also, there are no seats, so we just took pictures of Big Rock. Big Rock pretty. Yeah, time to go to the museum. Ooh, Wong Kar Wai.
Pictures too.
Stop, look at him, he's driving.
Does the creation of design admit constraint?
Design depends largely on constraints.
What constraint?
The sum of all constraints. Here is one of the few effective keys to the design problem: the ability of the designer to recognize as many of the constraints as possible, his willingness and enthusiasm for working within these constraints. The constraints of price, of size, of strength, of balance, of surface, of time, and so forth. Each problem has its own peculiar list.
That was hot. Hey y'all, I just finished the James Turrell exhibit and oh my god, incredible. I loved it. But it's literally nighttime. Look at that. I'm gonna quickly walk through this exhibit and then probably do dinner. I was sneaky and took pictures and videos. Y'all, we are locked inside the museum. Help! Help.
Actually, how do we get out?
Yeah, how do we get out? Y'all, I just hopped a fence to get out. That's insane. That's insane.
Does design obey laws?
Aren't constraints enough?
She's just putting mushrooms in my bag. Trick or treat.
Is design ephemeral?
Some needs are ephemeral. Most designs are ephemeral.
Or design to tend towards ephemeral or towards permanence?
Those needs and designs that have a more universal quality tend toward relative permanence.
Hey, how we doing? I'm good. Wonju was great. Had a cute little day trip. I don't know if y'all caught it, but we got locked in a museum. Everyone left. There were like 2 cars left in the parking lot. And I'm assuming that was like staff parking too, because there's like no staff around. So we literally had to hop the fence to get out of the museum. It was insane. It was wild. I was just like, is there no security guard? Yeah, I went to this really cute makguksu restaurant, which is like buckwheat noodles. And all the banchans, like the side dishes, were so good. Usually when I go to any like Korean restaurant like that, it's like 1 or 2 of the banchans are like ace. You know that the restaurant has like a specialty banchan that they make really well. But this one, all of them were so good. Felt so full yet so enriched. It was great. And then, yeah, headed home. Shout out to my friend who drove. He did a wonderful job. No book updates because we weren't really like go, go, go. I did start Stay True by Hua Hsu, and I only made it to like 14 pages. It's okay. I mean, I knew I was getting the Asian American experience, but it very much feels like the kind of book your professor writes just because they have the credentials. Those are initial impressions, okay? Don't attack me for it. It's fine. It's fine for now. Makes me miss the Bay Area, though. Having lived in Chinatown in San Francisco for a few years, all that springs up, just like grandparents in the park, creating their, like, second place? Is that a second place or a third space? That, like, mahjong in the park, exercises, like the dance exercises. Oh, that one man smoking opium on the corner of the street with this, like, huge pipe. It's like this. And he's just like, great. School kids in the morning, community centers. I just miss that. All the dim sum places that open super early in the morning and getting kanji and a yutao for less than $4. Like a good, decent size of kanji that I could split between breakfast and lunch. All the way on my way to work. And it was great. I miss it all the time. Just like the sunlight, too, shining through the buildings when I walked through the financial district. Sorry, is this overly sentimental? I miss those mornings. I miss those commutes. I think it was Freetown Sound by Blood Orange. That album had just came out, and I was living in Chinatown at the time, and Blood Orange, Dev Hynes, he has such an acute awareness to the way, just like the soundscapes of buildings and people in buildings and the play of shadows and footsteps and light. You can just hear it in his music, and it's so beautiful. Anyway, a tangent. I've got to go to work. First sip of the day. Just kidding. I had like a tall glass of water with lemon juice. I feel like I am missing something. I totally forgot, y'all. At the book fair the other day, I did pick up stuff. Guess what, y'all? I got a bag I know. And also I'm just like, how many tote bags do I need? Why do I do this? Anyway, I had to. This is from Terry Blue Books. They had a booth at the book fair. And they're based in Amsterdam. And I thought that was so cute. Look, it's a little tooth. It's a little tooth with a book. So good. And then I also got, guess what? Another bag. This is from Flexibility Club Press. I believe they're based in Seoul. But I just had to, y'all. It's like so... Come on. Come on. Buying, reading. That's me. See that guy? That's me. Should we take it out of its plastic? But it's a little square tote with a long strap, so you can put it over your shoulder, like so. So it can fit a book and, you know, some little essential bits and bobs, but it's a cutie. That's the haul. That's life. And I hope you enjoyed all of that. Thanks for being here, if you made it to the end. And I love you all. As always, be well, do good work, keep in touch.
What is the future of design?